blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my extended beautiful family, just thank you so much for love and support. We're all going through different changes in our lives, as well as, we're having miracles, coming from all different directions because, the universe knows that, we're dealing with a lot and it takes a lot to go ahead and, uh, face the inevitable. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you are comfortable enough, please drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life, heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are very informative, uplifting, and give you good vibes, you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times at the moment and needing just spiritual guidance or just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. And once again, thank you so much for the love and support. It's so greatly appreciated. And I hope that you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the music that I'm using right now is called Tranquility Music for Mindfulness, peace of mind, meditation for positive mind and self healing. And I will post that link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing is called Twin Flame 101, Chains of the Past Burdens Can No Longer Hold. It is so true, because a lot of times we don't realize that the things that blessings, they're putting more, weight on you, and it just kind of like glides you away from the process of your progress. And it gets to that point where you things are coming towards your way that will echo the things that are coming your way, uh, the things that you have prayed for, you worked hard for, you're trying to manifest into your life, and it's just like going through different events in your life has really allowed you to reflect things from a different level. And a lot of times we make those type of mistakes to where we don't change the way we uh, look at things. We don't put a positive protect per at a positive perspective. Y'all got stuck on that word. And a lot of times you have to be able to do that. A lot of times it is easy to keep talking about, wow, this happened, well, I want to do this, but I can't do this because of this, and it's, you have to allow yourself to know, if you put in your mindset, if you're pushing it out to the universe, it's like, look, I'm going to succeed, all the things that, I'm working hard for me to overcome. um if I am going to conquer the battles that has been holding me down for so long, because it gets to that point where you starting to see everybody else is getting their blessings and stuff like that, and then we can get into our feelings and like, dang, I really want these things. And and that little birdie on the side of you was like, we really want to give them to you, but you're more, you're holding more energy on the things that had to put you on your path, of anything that was negative, or certain things that you held on to was no longer serving you. And you can't hold both to get the things that you are truly deserving in your life. And it gets to that point where, when you allowing yourself to see, what is this worth me putting my energy in? Is this going to be the things that's going to elevate me to where I want to go? um are you going to allow yourself to change the focus or change the way you view things that is taking place in your life? Because a lot of times when we carry negative energy in our life, we don't realize that vibration can be so strong that it has a ripple effect in your life. I've seen it. I've done it. It was just like the other day, I was on a pair just cutting up vegetables, and it was like everything was resurfacing. And when it resurfaced, I didn't realize the vibrations in my mind kept on going to one another, when it was just resurfacing, just to, okay, these things are no longer needed. And then it was like my attitude shift, and I didn't realize you end up cut my daggone finger. I was like, oh, dang, you know what I'm saying? So, and it wasn't even really something I was doing. I guess it was just like, from my old self, or my ego was, trying to take me there. And it was just, that was basically universe saying snap out of it. You almost seen how you almost took your damn finger off. I've done that before. I cut my thumb off, at the tip, because I was pissed off before and working at a job. But it was just like, allowing myself to really face the things that I have happened in my life, that I'm really, searching for in that closure. And, like I told you, I've been going in and out of it. Just dealing with my own issues, trying to make peace with everything that is going on in my life, and allow myself to just walk away from it. Cause it's just like, you can't get anywhere if you keep holding on to things that, is no longer serving you. Being able to look at the things that has taken place in your life reflected your strength to overcome. And a lot of times we can do that. But you already know, if there's these things that you truly want in life, and you have so many notifications that these are the things that are better for you. These things had to take place because it's a part of your soul mission. A lot of things that we have overcome, didn't realize these are molding us to be evolutionary of what we stand for. And it's just like I said before, when you really want to help people in life, or there are certain things that is pertain to your life that you would want to help other people. You want to be that ambassador. You want to be that, like that mascot, or you know um I forgot, it was like mascot or whatever. Being able to be that that mentor, to be able to help other people with the things that they struggle with. Like I've said many times before, if God see fit, I want to be able to help people that has went through domestic violence, is trying to start over in life. Because there's a lot of families to where, the husband was the caregiver, and the mom was just the homemaker, and really didn't have anything, you know, um, to carry on her own. So it was like her, that person, or even if sometimes it's the man as well, being able to get your family into a safe place, allowing yourself to take those trades that you may find an interest in, to be able to be your own person, be your own business, grow up, grow your own business. Always wanted to do that, because it's like there's friends of mine that when I grew up, them and their parents had a, moving to a shelter and stuff like that. And, they give you a safe place to stay. But if it's just like, if you've been, doing all the, your husband was the breadwinner or stuff like that, and you were the one who's sitting at home, and you really don't have any work experience like that, but you want to be able to do things, because you have children to take care of, you got needs and stuff like that. So I always wanted to do something where, you know, it can help people start their lives back over, and not have such a difficult time doing that, because I know it's just being able to go through a situation and it's not, the same anymore, is already a challenge within itself. And you're really trying to understand, because there's a lot of people that I know will stay in certain situations because they feel like, that they can't find something better, or how am I going to deal with financial situations. And it's sad because there's many people that do that, or unless you're just in a situation like me, dealing with karmic cycles and stuff like that, there are certain things you have to allow yourself to heal from, allow yourself to grow from, and take that part of you as like a badge of honor. We all got emotional and mental scars. They always tell people, the physical scars is easier than the scars are inside, because eventually those are going to heal. But when it comes to things that has really scarred you, emotionally, mentally, sexually, those things take time. And it's just a lot of times, people are unfair to themselves because they don't block themselves in walls, and allowed themselves not to even experience new things in life just because those things has happened. And it's sad because at times I can understand that, if you've been through things, and it's like it got to that point where, when I dealt with things, I put walls up because I didn't want to be bothered. I had trust issues like a mug, because I felt like, dag, if a family can do this to you, What about the folks out on the street? And a lot of times your family will hurt you worse than the people out on the street. But I can benefit from those things. Right now I'm on my mission to, heal myself where it needs to take place, give myself that time, being able to allow myself to not change my mood or change the way I see things just because of people around me that are trying to distract me. Not allowing people to, that are intimidated by the things that I'm doing, allow that to distract me from where I'm trying to be, and that's when them chains are coming off because you're like, no, I'm too good for this. When you want better in your life, you have to allow yourself to make them bold decisions and do what it has to take. And a lot of times that takes for you to sacrifice the things that's not needed in your life anymore. Those are the things that had to show you how you're strengthened. There's a lot of things that, when we get on this the spiritual awakening, just being able to be on this journey, it was no walk in the park for us, but it showed you the things that was very hard for you to face, to finally being able to allow yourself to make peace with those things. um yeah, it can be hurtful from the things you endured, and a lot of times it's easier said than done when people just say, why don't you let go? I mean, you would want to do that, but if there's certain things that really has broke your heart in many ways, a lot of times it's hard for you to do that. And it's just like when I allow myself to see certain things that has happened in my life. I commend my mom for so many things that she has went through, because I mean, it took me to have to go through this now to really understand what is taking place in her life. And there was constant times when I connect with her on the spiritual side and just tell her how sorry I was because of, you know, um, it was made, you know, way things happen. It was made that my mom was the bad guy, and the opposite was the victim. But then it was totally, or shoe on the other foot, because what she endured, I end up enduring down the long road. And when she found out she was dying, um, that's when she allowed herself to let these things go, and she just wanted to be able to live out her days without having to carry that on her heart, because she knew she didn't have time, and it shouldn't have to get to something like that where time is short, because everything is time is short. You don't never know when it's not going to be you're not going to wake up, because there's so many people that had plans for the next day and didn't make it. So it's just like, well, all these different things that are happening in our faces, the world is turning in most crazy, chaotic way. And if that ain't enough to shake you to do right by yourself in your surroundings, I don't know what will. But it's just at that point where you see there's things that you are trying so hard to manifest in your life. There's things that you want to have better in your life. You have to allow yourself to heal that enemy on the inside. So when the enemy on the outside comes, it can't bother you. And I allow myself to go through those things. Um, and be able to use what my abusers taught me. When things has happened in your life that has really been a burden to you, burden to bear, and you end up bumping into a person that has done all these things, and it's really broke you down. But when you can allow yourself to make peace in your heart about that, it's like, this situation happened, maybe this is the situation I had to go through, um because this person was not, good for me, or the situation that I was heading towards with this person in my life was not good to me. So you have to see that as a blessing. You really do. And it's just like, I look at a lot of things like that as taking place, because a lot of times when I've seen people that has really done dirt to me, and I see them like a year or two later, it took me right back to that point, and I'll be ready to, I embarrass folks like that. And it's just like, you allowing that person to know that they still got control of your life. No, only person that can control their life in the way you see it is you. So there's people that that has recently contacted me and it really did me dirty, and I'm just like, what, I'm good. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I said, I accept your apology, but I'm still staying on my side. I'm not, I see what you're about. I see what your motives are when you're not, when things are not going your way. I mean, it's hurtful. It has to be like that. But once you scarred me like that one time, I ain't about to open up, but I forgive you and I'll send prayers to you, because no, you have to really be dealing with stuff for, you actually can, if you're a good friend towards people and they didn't give that to you in return, baby, that's more their loss than yours. You don't still get your blessings just because you didn't allow yourself to sink to that person's level. And that's why I allow myself to see all the changes that I've been through, the things that has hurt me. Um, allowed myself to really, say, there's so many blessings that's coming in your life. Why hold on to things that strengthen you? It did its purpose, it served its purpose. That when it comes to people, it shed like a spotlight on you, on certain people or individuals that were no longer needed in your life. They couldn't go where you're about to go. And a lot of times, um, when you see that where your life is about to turn, a lot of times we try to carry people with us when they were only supposed to be there for that certain season. And then I deal with things that I've dealt with before, when I first started this journey, and seeing people that I've tried to be an advocate for and being able to help them. And they were like, Rosalind, there's people that turn their back on me. And I said, wait a minute, and I say it in a calm voice. I said, but look at it this way: what makes you think they turn their back on you? Did you ever think that universe just didn't turn you in a different direction? It is not always about how that was. They seen what was about to take place. They seen what was being said when you weren't present. They seen what kind of actions they had when it came to you and your well-being that you may not have knew about. So a lot of times we have to be grateful for those things that has taken place, and I always tell people, downright stuff that you may be dealing with will expose the true intent on people that you called your friends, people that you called your confidant, people that you called your protector, weren't even the people that they thought they were. And I tell people, when you deal with your partners and they're narcissistic, and there's times where you may carry that person in your heart, and it's okay. I tell people that if you've been with those people for a minute, it's okay to still carry them in your heart. But you have to also, because sometimes I used to get to that point where I carried them on my heart so much, I would allow myself to open a door knowing good and well God had all kind of padlocks on there saying, leave this alone. And I went back because that I still had love in that my heart for those people. And then I had to allow myself to really look, saying I don't think about the encounters I've had even with my ex, but it is also a blessing to me because it made me love myself a lot more, allow myself to have validation for myself, not worrying about what people thought of me or how they saw me. I felt like if you give me that love that I gave you back and it was true intent, hey, that's all good. But when you didn't, I appreciate that as well because it allowed me to love myself. You don't realize when people do you dirty and then maybe your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, they gave you that experience gave you to heal yourself and make yourself better for the person that's about to come into your life, not come back, but come into your life. And I always tell people, when you deal with narcissistic people, when you miss certain situations, that was a facade. They carry that up under their securities. There's a lot of different faces that one person has carried for different people. They find out, what your needs are, what your wants are, what your desires are, and that when they're doing that, they're molding themselves up of how they wanted you to see them. And then when they got you where they want you, you see the real true intent for people. And it can be very hurtful, especially if um you have a good heart. A lot of times people come into your lives because they feel like they're justified to hurt any person that represents the main person that hurt them the most. And it's sad, it happens. But then you have to be able to know when you can be able to be safe and walk out of a situation like that, because a lot of people don't have blessings like that. I've lost two or three friends because they were in very toxic situations and are no longer in the living. And it's just the things that I've endured in my life. I don't care to get into that, what I got into it with him for, but it's such a blessing on so many different ways because it allowed me, even, my family like, girl, you've been single for so long, and I mean, you don't even give nobody time of day, or you don't even get none or whatever, TMI. I said, I'm good though. I'm good. I mean, it's like sex is not everything, but it's important, but it's not when you have to worry about how a person's in your life. Do they respect you? Or was this something that they, wanted to engage with you because they felt, they had power over you because they got that? I said, I'm good being by myself. My life is very complicated. The the game changed when I found out the truth about myself. And it's just like when you find the truth out about yourself when it comes to things and who you related to, you never really know is this person wanting to be with you because they care about you and you seem like a good person that they want in their life, or are they trying to find the benefit of you? And I had a lot of people in my life, whether it was, friends or people in my life that was, you know, partners. And dealing with all those different things I went through, it made me question, what are you in my life for? Are you in my life? Do you have my heart? Um, do you have good intentions for me? You know, and you know, uh, are you worried about my well-beings? You know, and so when I have to allow myself to ask those type of questions, that'd be the main thing I don't need to deal with. Or I love when my friends come to me and they were like, "Hey, I'm gonna show you a picture. What are you feeling with this person?" Because they try to make sure they doing the right thing. And I always tell, had to learn from my mistakes. Allow yourself to get to know people, especially when you're trying to date or just trying to see how this person is. See them at their worst. Because when they get mad, they tend to show how they really are. When people get drunk, they tend to show their real true fact, real true faces. All those different things is taking place. And then when I'm allowing myself to see it, sometimes, you see how, I think about it in my mental state where when you're going through things and you really are just low is the low. And then there's so many different indications to this showing you, even the voices telling you, things are going to be okay. Allow yourself to have faith in what is taking place currently, to prepare you for what is on its way to you. um, Things is not going to always be this way. Have faith in what we're trying to do for you. And then when you're allowing yourself to see that, you really, when you really want things to happen for you in your life, you have to be able to sacrifice. Sacrifice what is no longer needed in your life. Allow yourself to make peace with those things. Because I mean, if you really want to get your blessings, you can't hold on to those things. You have to allow yourself to let go. Allow yourself to see everything was something, it was a game changer to basically strengthen you where you needed it. A lot of times we are put in places, or put in places as well as situations around individuals because of the certain things that we still need to heal from, that we're trying to get aligned. Because once you end all these different things in life, I see where my life is taking me, and I see the changes that is taking place in my life has really grew me. And when you do that, those chains is like stepping off, because a lot of times we feel like we're stuck in certain things or we're stagnant in certain situations, but don't realize it's just the way you think about it, how you look at it, how you focus on it, and how you go about things is always the reason why you feel stagnant. If you feel like this situation is never going to be over, that's the vibration, and that's how you're going to see things. When you see certain situations, I seen this post and I got it. Seeing certain, what does the post say? When you allow yourself to see, when you don't take that time to heal, every person and every situation is going to always look the same to you until you allow yourself to heal. The only thing it is, those same situations going to take place, but the people you deal with is just only changing faces, but it's still going to give you the same, that same type situation they're trying to tell you. These, we place these things in your, in your forefront, just to allow you to see these are the things you need to heal from. There's a lot of people that you may connect with, they're dealing with the same situations, except, dealing with the same changes that you're going through, or same burdens, but different situations, and they're allowing you to see it from a different perspective. It's like, this is a very nice, beautiful person, but they don't realize they're punishing themselves because they held on for certain situations for far too long, more than they should have. And and at times it's hard, to just to walk away, but it's a lot harder to be in a situation that you're no longer needed to be in. So you have to allow yourself, to really let that change take place. There's good things, the universe and God and your spirit guides, as well as your loved ones that have passed on to watch over you, are giving you so many different things to let there's so much better around that corner if you allow yourself just to be fair to yourself and let go. They give you signs all the time that one door is closed, but you have to allow it to close and stay closed. But don't stay focused on that. There's so many things in front of you. Why you keep looking behind? That's why they always make, I know you probably seen that post that they got out there. You always have to wonder, why the windshield is so much bigger than the rear view, because it's more about what's in front of you and less about what was behind you. You're leaving the old you behind. You're leaving pain and resentment behind. You are leaving your burdens behind, but everything around you shows you love. It shows you strength. It shows you upliftment, but it's all about how you choose to see it. And I have to allow myself to, I tell myself that too. I'm going through different changes in my life. And like I tell y'all, not every day is a good day for me. Not every day, I have a peace, raised up the peace in my heart. Even when I'm sad, in my feelings, I still thank God because, I mean, He didn't have to wake me up that morning. But then I allow myself to see that could be that day that you allow yourself to change how you see things. Yeah, there's a lot of things that people don't know about. People don't pass judgment about me. They really don't know. There's always my story. There's always their story, and there's always the truth. You know, and a lot of things didn't sit well with me, and there's things that I'm healing from that still doesn't sit well with me, but I'm allowing myself to, challenge myself, because a lot of times you got to challenge your challenges. And when you're allowing yourself to do that, you're no longer allowing yourself to be chained to the past burdens and the hurt that you have been exposed to, that you had to endure. It's painful, but it's like you're not going to heal over it the next day. Those things come in layers. you know there's so many people, I encourage, but I allow myself to practice what I preach at the same time. You go through different things in waves, so you can't be so hard on yourself just because you want to be able to shut feelings off. I always used to tell myself, I said the way they act like they don't care about me, or they just don't care about how they're hurt my feelings. Why can't I do the same thing? But then I had to also allow myself to see that they're hurting you is the way they hurt themselves, but they have to allow themselves to push that on somebody else so they can feel good about what they're doing. And I mean, it's sad that when people do that, just like it's sad when you go through situations where somebody don't want to do you right, but they ain't trying to let you go at the same time. And I remember I was watching a video, I forgot who it, God dog, I forgot. Oh yeah, it was one of them YouTubers and a girl I just recently subscribed to. It was like something I had to hear. A lot of times we don't realize we're dealing with karma, and you have to be careful how you treat people. You have to really be careful how you treat people, because that tends to come back to you. That's why I say I always try to stay at the right side of the game. I try to constantly push out upliftment towards people, push out love. Give them kind words and say you got what it takes to get through it. You just have to allow yourself to be brave and trust the outcome. And I also had to be able to tell myself the same thing I'm telling them. There's a lot of things that, I've endured, and it really broke my heart in so many ways. It messed me up emotionally and mentally, broke me down spiritually. But this is the path that's set on me, because when you go through things like that, the way I've gone through things, this has showed me so much strength that I've had, and I didn't even give myself that credit for it. But I had to allow myself continually. You see them chains right there. I said, nope, nope, mm-mm. I got so much better for me waiting around that corner. And I have to allow myself to shake stuff off. Allow yourself to make peace with it. These are the things that got you. Use those same things that hurt you. Use it as a step stool to get to where you're trying to be. Because it's like the universe has so much, deserving blessings that you really truly need in your life. Um, that is coming your way. But they keep on hitting them speed bumps because you keep allowing yourself to go back to things that was already gone out your life. So you get right with yourself. If you have to give yourself that pet tough, allow yourself to shake off whatever is holding you behind. You know, you got so many different signs, so many different synchronicities that's coming to you to let you know things are about to change for you. Prepare yourself because you're about to get the things that you prayed for. It's not easy, but everything that you are challenging yourself, you're challenging your challenge to not allow yourself to be limited. You know, you keep pushing, push your own envelope, set your own goals to, be better than what you said you're going to do. Allow yourself to be fair to yourself. But y'all, since I started my videos late, because I'm starting to feel it, I'm like drained. But I feel so much better because I didn't think I was going to do videos today. But like I said, these are like very positive outlets for me. And, being able to let people hear my experiences, being able to know the things, how I see things, or just being able to speak on things that I know I've endured that universe wants me to shine light on with other people. I mean, you're looking for the confirmation. This is your confirmation. You have what it takes to get over anything that you are currently dealing with. Your burdens, you're not dealing with those alone. And at times it feels like that, you know, but you have to allow yourself to be open with the processes taking place. And I have to tell myself that all the time. It was scary to allow myself to trust again, you know. Um, and then it's just like when I'm dealing with so many people from the other side, it's been helping me, and I receive my blessings by helping other people. I don't never look at anything in return. Only thing I want in return is be able to know that you got a peace of mind and understanding what is taking place in your life, being able to see that you're trying to get towards that peace. That's the only thing I want to see people do, you know because it's just life too short. Why would you want to hold on to things that can keep you away from being able to do the things that you really deserve in your life? So I said most likely I should be feeling better tomorrow. I've been last few days I've been just reflecting, and it's really did a toll on me. But I just try to look at it as a positive way. Easy when you're allowing yourself to be honest with yourself and say, you know what, this hasn't been easy, but it's gonna be so worth it when I get through this. So I would love to give a post notification shout out to Faye, Intellect, and Heyoka King. Much love to you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's so good to have you. Drop a line um, so I can give you a post notification shout out, share, put a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to get in touch with me privately to do a one-on-one, I do empath counseling. That's what I call it. To be able to help people see, in a different perspective, what to look for on their what is it on their path, and be able to help them get an understanding of what is taking place in your life. It's not easy, but trust and believe. When you allow yourself to see what's taking place in your life and where you're trying to go, that's it. You always just have to allow yourself to maintain on that. So you can find me at Facebook Messenger, um under my name. Just look me up under my name and just you know um send me a text and let me know, hey, I connect with you here. I'm a part of the Heyoka family. Um, and I just need help trying to understand my path, and I'll try my best to help you. Whatever we talk about is confidential. You don't have to worry about it going out anywhere. But know you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I pray that everything that you're trying to bring into your life, that you've been trying to manifest, um, I pray that you get 100 times, 100,000 times more than what you asked for, and it comes so much sooner than you expected it. And I will see y'all in my next video. Stay blessed and stay safe. And I'll see you. Much love to you. Peace. Be wild. Oh, my leg. Oh, Jesus, sweesh. My bad, y'all. See y'all later.